Hi everybody, welcome to my latest video. Now this is going to be not so much a reseller's tip, but just a little chat about the other side of reselling, the side that we don't often talk too much about, and that is the stresses of being a reseller and just of being completely responsible for your own income. Now, when things are going well, everything's great. You feel confident, you feel positive, you know you've done the right thing by going into this world of reselling. You know it makes sense, but very very quickly, and I suppose it may be something to do with my personality that maybe I've got a fickle side, but as soon as you get a little patch where you're not maybe selling so much, or maybe you sold more the previous month, or a couple of months back you were doing better than you expected to be doing now, because the thing with reselling is, in my experience anyway, is you're always striving to be better than you were previously. So if you reach a high, you want to make damn sure that you're bettering what you did the previous month, or when you made that high. So anything less than that will just feel bad. Now that means even if you just had a freakishly good month, like in the middle of August or September or October, if you don't match that, for example, in October or November, or God forbid, December, you're going to feel terrible. And I'm speaking through experience because at the moment I'm feeling pretty bad. Sales have been tootling along. They've not been as good as I had hoped. I have started to make a few sales on Amazon, but my eBay really is what I'm talking about. And I know there's a number of factors involved. We all know it's all about how much you list, it's about how much work you put in is going to equal what you get out of it. But this is the reality as well of reselling. You can know all of the right things, but if you can't fight how you feel, you will struggle. And I suppose it's the solitary nature of reselling, and that's why the Facebook group has been so helpful for myself and for many others. Often you'll see posts from people saying, "Oh, how's everyone doing? I'm having a bit of a rough time," and people generally will chime in with positive advice, which is lovely to hear. And I myself have benefited from that in the past. So I suppose if I was going to kind of put this out there as like a reseller's tip video, it's on how to cope with stress in this environment, in an environment where, let's face it, you are 100% responsible for how much money you make, and there is no guarantee that your last month is any indication of what your next month will be like. Far from the comforts of a regular paid job where you know you're going to get a guaranteed set amount every month. And I suppose that one of the things to do is to use the resources around you, and thanks to the bustling UK reselling scene, you've now got the UK resellers forum to go to. You've got the Facebook group as well, and obviously there's a YouTube community as well where you can share your thoughts. And for example, I suppose this is my way of doing like a little bit of therapy. Feeling a bit down, just feeling a bit overwhelmed. But I know I've got to snap out of this now. I've got to, when I finish the video, I've got to snap out of it and be like, okay, so things aren't going as great as I would like. But what am I going to do about it? Am I going to just sit here and continue to stress and mope? And sometimes you find that you've been stressing so much, you're just like this all the time, where you're raising you're straining your forehead all the time, and you're like, and then you realize you're doing it, and you're like, oh my god, I need to kind of relax and gather myself and then do something about it, do something positive. And when you do that, good things do happen. Just I've had some awesome pickups recently. You can start looking for positives. I don't want to kind of go off on too many tangents, but something that I remember hearing is people have got this tendency to see what they want to see. So, for example, there's an exercise where, like, these sales gurus tend to do this when they ask people to look for a certain color in the room. And sure enough, when they really start looking, they'll start seeing that color. So if I tell you to look for red in the room that you are now, suddenly you will start seeing red that you maybe didn't notice at first. And it's that kind of a mentality, I suppose, that you've got to just do what you need to do. You need to have that focus. You need to have that mentality where you're going to look for that success. So it's easy when you're feeling down to just look at the bad stuff. Oh, my sales aren't going so great. I thought it would be better. I thought I'd be making more money right now. I'm not making as much this month as I did last month, etc. Or you can start looking at the positive side. Oh, did you find any awesome stuff when you were outsourcing? Do you have a ton of stuff available to you to list now? And is there anything you can do to improve what you're doing? And those are the kinds of things that you need to be looking at. So anyway, this video video, like I said, bit of a rant, bit of a ramble, bit of a self-therapy thing, but also I hope it's going to be helpful to some of the newer resellers out there to just be aware that it's great if you're doing it just part-time and you've got a full-time job, you can just chill and do it at your own pace. But if you are jumping into this, and or circumstances nowadays in the economy, etc., have dictated that this is currently what you're going to try to make work for you, just be aware that there are going to be rocky times, there are going to be rocky patches, there are going to be difficult patches, but you will get through them, and you have to believe that. And if you don't believe that, you will struggle and you will fail. It's kind of self-fulfilling. So I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to use my attitude really to kind of see myself out of this. Anyway, guys, I hope this video was somewhat useful. I know it was a bit disjointed, but it's just, I suppose it's where my head's at right this moment. But I wanted to make it just to show the other side and give a bit of give a bit of realistic balance to reselling and the hype of the fourth quarter and all that kind of jazz. If you've got any comments, please leave them in the comment section below. I will try to reply. And if you've got think, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Anyway, guys, I hope to see you in a better mood in my next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.